go. Yes. We have, we are live. Alive and kicking as we are about to kick off the first game of round 23. A very important match for this, not really for both. I mean, for both teams technically, because for one team it is sentimental. So basically, it is the Gold Coast Titans against the Melbourne Storm. It is 8th place versus 1st place. It's a match with a fair few things on the line, as of course, if the Titans were now trying to go for trying to push for the finals, and the Melbourne Storm basically just keeping on succeeding, really. So, KFC. You actually remember, I had KFC earlier, actually. To be fair, but so basically, of course, the Titans suffered a bit of a loss. It was a bit more than a bit of a loss against the South Sydney Rabbitohs, and that has put them in 8th place now, 2 points behind the 7th place team of the Newcastle Knights. Basically, the Titans are now in realistic contention against the Canberra Raiders to potentially get going from the outside looking in. But for the Melbourne Storm, of course, as they are currently the table toppers, I think actually maybe this win might actually set them to go to 1st place. I'm not too sure. Might just actually low or no, I can't lower that anymore, unfortunately. But basically, currently the Melbourne Storm are on a 19 game winning streak. And if we go just to check over here, I just need to transition. If we go over to here, I don't know if you can see this very well, but this is actually the leaderboard for most wins, most consecutive wins. Oh, they're looking for their 19th, sorry. They are on 18, looking for their 19th. So as you see, the Melbourne Storm are 1 win away, so a win tonight will actually put them tied with the 1975 Eastern Suburbs Roosters as the team with the most consecutive, that's it, consecutive wins. So basically, not much on the line for the Storm, but there is a very significant record, as there was 2 years of the Penrith Panthers that were set to break it. Of course, the 17 wins, as you see below there. There's a whole bunch of teams that are on 17. So a win tonight for the Storm, and then a win in next week against I'm actually not very sure as to who they are playing. I'm just going to check who the Storm are playing next week. Round 24, the Storm take on Parramatta. Right, so that's going to be interesting to see what happens. Obviously, Parramatta in a very, very interesting situation. But yes, and so if they can get those 2 wins there, they will have a record, as there's a fair few records that have been broken so far this season. How was your day? Mostly, my day's been good. I don't know if you can tell from the on the up there, I actually today got my first jab of the vaccine, of the Pfizer vaccine, for the big thing, the big C19. I don't know if saying what the actual word is actually brings it up. I don't think it does, but yeah. So I got into my right arm. I have heard from the first one that the day after your the arm you get it in gets a bit stiff, but I haven't really heard of. I haven't had so far. It's been okay. I do know that Mr. Luke Sports actually, I think he said he was going to stream tonight, but he couldn't because he doesn't feel well, because he actually got the vaccine yesterday. his first dose. So yeah, should be very interested to see how tomorrow does go for me. But I will say though, it was probably out of all of like the needles that I've done. Well, fuck me, that definitely doesn't sound legal, but it was one of the easiest ones, probably the easiest I've ever done. They just popped in easy. So yeah, but for tonight, there's a fair few players that are out for both teams actually. So looking at the outs for the Titans, you've got AJ Brimson, Mitch Rain, Malika Fodawaker, and Toby Sexton. And for the Melbourne Storm, you've got Brandon Smith, Dale Finucane, Dean Aramira, Jerome Hughes, and Justin Olam. Like those two sets of players can definitely have an effect on the game. So very big losses. Let's hope you don't become a zombie from the vaccine. I am waiting for to lose my absolute rocket though. Well, starting to get a bit stiff, but so there's a few players out, and I remember the last time these two teams played, it was very close. Like the Titans could have won. So everything's going well with you, Gary. So basically, there are a few interesting changes. So here we go. So for the Titans, you have Jaden Campbell starting at fullback, Greg Marzu and Corey Thompson on the wings, Brian Kelly and Patrick Herbert in the centres. You've got Ash Taylor at 5'8" and Jamal Fogarty at the halfback. You've got Jared Wallace, Aaron Clark, and Tino Fasur-Malawi as the prop hooker props. Kevin Proctor and David Fafita in the second row, and Sam McIntyre as the lock. You've got Tyrone Peachy, Sam Lasoni, Jamin Jolliffe, and Beau Fermor, the man, not the Twitter account. 2 dislikes already, bro. Gotta love the haters. Wait, what? Fucking really? Let me just check on this. Oh, this will be interesting. I just need to immediately turn down the volume because you'll hear an overlap. Oh, yep. Holy shit. Damn. People just... I don't know. So I must have dropped a hot take, potentially, for some reason. But, nah, it's all good. I mean, they count as analytics. And Philip Sami is the 18th man. Fuck him, yeah. So for the Storm now, this lineup's a bit interesting. So you got Ryan Pappenhausen at fullback. You got George Jennings and Josh Adokar at the wingers. Remus Smith and Marion Sevi at the centres. I had not heard of Marion Sevi. I did have a look at him. He's been at the club since 2019. I think he's been one of those fringe players. He won the Schoolboys Cup in 2013 and is a Samoan international, so big ups to him. You got Cameron Munster at 5'8", and you got Nico Hines at halfback. That is an interesting one. I don't know if he has played halfback, but it should be interesting to see how both of Hines and Pappenhausen both on the field. You got Jesse Bromwich, Harry Grunt, and Christian Welsh at the prop hooker props. Felice Kafusi and Kenny Bromwich in the second row, and Chris Lewis at the lock position. What happened to your night stream the other day? I don't know. It just randomly cut out for some reason. I was trying to fix it as well. I was trying to fix it for the last 20 minutes. Internet's been a bit inconsistent recently, unfortunately. For the interchange for the Storm, you've got Tom Eisenhoof, Tapai Moroya, who's another player I'm not familiar with, Cooper Johns and Aaron Penne, and the 18th man is Aaron Booth. Yeah, internet's been a bit sketchy as of late. I think there's actually a... So, how long we got? So, kickoff is at 7:50. We've got about 5 minutes. I'm thinking I'm just going to go for that there last. It is so weird seeing, like... So, currently at the moment, the pundits table for like, this pre-game, you've got Braithen Astor, I believe Cooper Cronk, and there's one other guy. I just need to check who that is. Oh, Michael Ennis. So it's like... in all honesty, out of all the players to be like the quote-unquote host, I don't think it should be Braithen Astor. Like, I know Cooper Cronk, his wife, I don't know if she still works for them, did the A-League. So, yeah, it should be very interesting decisions there. I'm surprised Titans at 8th have had a lot of losses. Yeah, they've been a bit interesting so far. Like, even... pretty much, I'm fairly certain, like the two teams that come in 7th and 8th are going to both have negative records. Like, the Knights have got more... I don't mind Braithen Astor. It's like, yeah, he does all right. It's just out of all the former players, it's like I never suspected Braithen Astor, but they're all three pretty good. I mean, none of them say any dumb shit. Krog's fairly solid. Ennis is very solid as well. And yeah, so it's going to be... It's probably going to be turned to the situation where 7th and 8th are basically just filling up. He's better than Steve Roach. That 100%. That is a fact. He's probably a lovely guy. Steve Roach. So again, a lot of I was looking on sports, but I haven't put a bet on for this match. But I have been looking, and they're all pretty much, the multis are all the same, basically, like Storm 13 plus and stuff like that. But I wouldn't honestly be surprised if it actually gets close. Like, I know the Titans haven't been that great, but the last time they did play, it was close, but the Storm just held out on a win. Who's your favourite commentator? It's got to be a split between... that's a hard one. It's probably a split between like Ray Warren and Andrew Voss. I think Andrew Voss is probably, at the moment, the best commentator in the NRL. Warren Ryan's alright as well. I haven't heard from the NBN commentators that much because I've been on KO. The only time I'm really going to be on NBN is for like State of Origin and the Grand Final. But yeah, so Nico Hines been put at fullback, not fullback, halfback. So as I said, Jerome Hughes is actually getting rested. So, and this will also be the first time, just recording to the thing, it's the first time Pappenhausen has started in the game since round 10. So yeah, Andrew Voss's voice gets to me after a while. Yeah, I think it's Morley. Random question, Zach. Also put it out there for your viewers. Who would you rate as the best looking player in NRL history? We all love the ladies. No need to be self-conscious. 100%. It's Willem Powerfish is like, you're not a man unless you've had a man. Best looking. That's a hard one. That's a fucking hard quest. That's a hard one. Nico Hines looks very good. He definitely has the lead. Sonny Bill. That's actually a good one. Sonny Bill's also a really good one. Pappenhausen. Nico Hines. He reminds me of like, I forget who he is, but like he gives off the like lead singer off NXS kind of vibe, and I like that. Who else is a... Reece Walsh is also one. Yeah, I'd probably say it'd be either be like Nico Hines or Reece Walsh. To'o's also... To'o's just... Brian To'o was like, yeah, I just he's one of those like just don't know, I'm just connected to him, you know. It's just one of those like look in the eyes kind of thing. Yeah, Hines certainly belongs in a Sharks jersey. How about Benny Barber? Barber did look alright when he was playing. Not exactly his action. His actions aren't that attractive. I will say so myself. What about who has the best looking wife/girlfriend? I actually don't know any of the wags, unfortunately, for the NRL. That would be something they need to do. They need to do some kind of like not Real Housewives, but like they have a series in America called Wags, where it's like specifically following certain like wives and girlfriends of like NFL players or like sports stars, and they should do something like that for the NRL. But then again, they've all got like probably like agreed to it, so. Well, the only like source I kind of had of trying to analyze who would be like the of like wives or girlfriends would be the when the Footy Show used to do the partners questions, where they have an NRL player on that asks like couples questions to like them and their partner. But that would have been like like 8 years ago, like when like James Maloney was at the Roosters at that point. Most of those NFL players in that show are washed up or irrelevant. Yeah, you're never gonna you're not exactly gonna have like all the main ones, and also NFL records not having the great players having the greatest record when it comes to girlfriends, with the unfortunate levels of like of issues. Like I know of domestic violence is a bit of a problem with with NFL players. It's I think it's not just I think it's more of a like I wouldn't say it's like a sport issue. I think it's definitely a sport issue of like players who do come in with these contacts, like these contact sports, having these unfortunate outbursts. But yeah, sorry for bringing the mood down. Holy shit! But yeah. You really need to get your hands on an interview with at least one NRL player to get the ball rolling with your channel. Yeah, 100%. Domestic violence is in the NRL too. Yeah, it's there was it's in all of sports really. It's yeah. I need to figure out. It's like I need to how do I get in contact with NRL players? Like, bro, it's like I can't exactly just like hit him up on Instagram like late night saying, "Hey, what are you doing?" It's like what WUD question mark kissy face emoji. You gotta. It's might need to try to cash you with some connections really. IG or Twitter's your best bet. Yeah. But the thing is, though, if in terms of doing that, would it just be like not just like an interview thing, like on just like this channel, or do we like set up like an actual like sort of like show or podcast? I know podcasts are the big rage. As the Melbourne Storm have just come out in the field, as they've Fox Sports has cut a little bit too early, as the Storm have already on the field. Basically waiting now for the Titans to come on. I believe this is at the Gold Coast, and it will be at the Gold Coast. So the Titans now on the field. So we're going to... By the way it's looking, the Melbourne Storm will be kicking off. So it'll be the Titans with the ball. So the timer has started, but we're going to be... Titanium Tino. Low density, high strength. Well, some players' Twitter pages, it has an email, so you could try contacting them that way. That's definitely that's a very good shout. So Nico Hines, I believe, will be kicking off. The game has still not started yet, even though the scoreboard says otherwise. So there's the kickoff there. The Melbourne Storm are underway. And the Titans have picked it up, and they will take the first charge, or get brought in the fight for the first hour. Who's your dream NRL interview? I'd probably just anybody, but if I had to pick like one, probably Andrew. If there was like one, where it could be, I could ask like anything. probably Andrew Johns, in all honesty, because he's like, basically God to Newcastle. As the Titans now, that's the number 13, that's Sam McIntyre. We'll get to the 30 for the fourth tackle. Maybe even like the bloody Peter Volandis. That'd be an interesting one. So last tackle now for the Titans as they get to the 40. And there's the boot there from Jamal Fogarty. And the Storm will get possession as Pappenhausen with the catch in his first start since round 10. And Pappenhausen will get brought down on the 25 for the first tackle for Melbourne. And now that's the number 2. That is George Jennings running into Proctor. Will get brought down on the 30 for the second tackle. Oh, looks like a bit of a problem here. It looks like it's an error by the Melbourne Storm. And the Titans will get a scrum feed. And I'll just might tweak this. I just want my sound engineering in me is coming out. Need to stay it on the green line. There we are. Yeah, bit of a bobble there from George Jennings. So the Titans will get a scrum 30 metres away from the try line. And the chance to potentially get the first points of the game. So there's the scrum feed now for the Titans. They're probably going to shift it down to the right side. It's picked up here by Patrick Herbert. Herbert's fended off one play. He's got support as well for the number 2. And that's a try to the Titans. Greg Marzu has scored. And the Titans, out of nowhere, not out of nowhere, it's only been 2 minutes, but I did not expect the Titans to get the first try of the match. Wow. My dream interview would be former sports star O.J. Simpson, current player LeBron James. That is a very tasty one. As someone who was blindly lined his international team with Sharks players just because I chose him from my heart, I can acknowledge that Andrew Johnson is the best player in the history of the game. I feel like he even still, like, if I was to choose like one right now to do, easiest one would be Connor Watson. Because I like him as a player. I am a little bit gutted that he is leaving to go to the Roosters, but I mean, it's just asking like questions as like, what do you think about Newcastle? Why is he going? It's not exactly why, but because I think it's fairly obvious why. It's a team I think he probably like his family probably in Sydney, like they've been away and stuff like that with this whole COVID thing. But yeah. Wait, what's that? No, hang on. No, was that Greg? No, it wasn't Greg Marzu. Sorry, is it? Is Mahu an Islander? Oh, it is a try. Yeah, it was Marzu. So a conversion now attempt from the sideline from Fogarty. This to make it 6-0 to the Titans. And the kick, it's going to curl off to the side. It won't go through. But 3.5 minutes gone. The Titans are ahead 4 points to 0. I think BKR Sports absolutely, mate. He's shot from his seat up into through the roof. But good start there for the Titans. Now they just got to stop the Storm attack really. Because the one thing that probably has been plaguing the Titans has been their defense. Shit, what if the Titans actually... No, okay, I don't want to talk about... What if the Titans stop the winning streak for the Storm? I think it'd be more likely for them than probably say like Parramatta, but... So this will be the second tackle now for the Gold Coast Titans. They'll be brought down on the 20. It was on number 13, it was Sam McIntyre. Fans are probably appealing for an offside there, but it won't be given. So third tackle. The Titans will get to their 25. It's Proctor now. Proctor will get to the 35 for the fourth tackle. And now it's the number 3. That's Brian Kelly. Brian Kelly now getting some good post-contact meters. Now 5 minutes, just shy of halfway now. Last tackle for the Titans. And there's the kick. It's going to fall to Addo Carr. It'll be picked up on the 10 there. And Addo Carr will go straight to Fafita, and he'll be brought down on the 25 for the first tackle. Why do you think Para have collapsed so badly? I honestly have no... I have no idea on why they've collapsed. It's I don't know. It's hard to. I'm probably not the best person to try to. I'd probably have to ask. So I'd have to ask someone like probably like a supporter of the team, like maybe like Entertain House or National Sports Loaded, as them both being para supporters. I think National Sports Loaded actually made a fair few videos about reviews after the game as the Titans now go down. The Storm actually got a short side. It's Pappenhausen. That looked like a little bit of a high shot, but it's a drag out. Oh, the ball's gone out. It's going to be a penalty to Melbourne, as it was a high shot on Pappenhausen by Marzu. Very interesting how the referee decided to do that. He did it like this. Usually, isn't it like that's the symbol, but he did it like that. Yeah. No, it wasn't Marzu. It was actually Patrick Herbert. Who scored first? That was Greg Marzu of the Gold Coast Titans, Bill. That's got the first try. So Jesse Bromwich now will get the first tackle, brought down 25 metres away from the try line. And the Storm now looking for an immediate response. Oh, Nico Hines. The ball's batted backwards. But the counter's bouncing forward as Ash Taylor's trying to get into it. Fuck off, Ash Taylor. Leave my boy Nico alone. I call everybody my boy. It's a bit weird. So it's a pass there. It was a pass to Nico Hines. It bats backwards, but it does bounce forward. It's unfortunate there, but that's the second mistake now by the Storm. Oh god. Especially as a Knights fan. Oh, hang on. They're pausing ties. Kevin Proctor now is having an on-field HIA. Because as a Knights fan, the two teams we're currently competing in close neck and neck for the finals at the moment are the Titans and the Raiders. So if the Titans win, they will go to the same amount of points as us, but because of their points difference being better than ours, they'll actually go. They'll go ahead of us, and we'll go down to 8th, and then we'll need Canberra to drop points because Canberra play Manly tomorrow, so it should be interesting. And then, of course, the Knights play on Sunday against the Bulldogs. But there's something to look at as the Knights do play the Titans next week. And the Knights don't have exactly the greatest of records when it comes to the Titans. Meaning we've been belted a fair few times by them. As this is the second tackle now from the Titans on their 30. It's David Fafita. And now it's Patrick Herbert now getting to the 35 for the third tackle. And it's a set restart now for the Titans for a ruck infringement. And this will be the first tackle as I'll get to the 45. There's a tackle on Jared Wallace. Tino just ran straight into Kenny Bromwich for as a trailing runner. Surprised I didn't get pulled up. So Tino's actually lost the ball here. So the Storm have gotten the ball back, but it was almost it looked like a lifting thing there, so they need to be a bit careful there. So George Jennings now 40 metres away from the try line for the first tackle. So now the Storm now with another attack, as that is Remus Smith now playing as a centre. He's usually a winger, isn't he? No, it's a centre. Oh, they've got numbers here. And Addo-Carr down the line tries to go over the top, and it's rejected by one of the Titans players. It's swatted down. It was a right play there. Addo-Carr getting a pass over the top to a Storm player, but Jamal Fogarty swats it down and it goes out. It'll be a goal line dropout. So good play there from Marion Sever to get the pass off to Addo-Carr. Was going to go over the top for Pappenhausen to potentially get his first try of since coming back. And the ball will get batted out by Jamal Fogarty, who charges it down as we are now 9 minutes gone in this match. As there's an interchange now. Looks like Proctor has come off. Probably failed the HIA and he's now been replaced by Beau Fermor, the man, not the Twitter account. And this will be the first tackle now for the Storm. They're now 30 metres away from the try line. Now it's number 30, and that's Chris Lewis. And Lewis will get held down. 20 metres away from the try line for the second tackle. Now Nico Hines gets a bullet pass out. It's another knock-on by the Titans. That's Christian Welsh. That's the third mistake so far by the Storm in the first 10 minutes of the game. Oh, hang on, I just realised the score has it up. There we go. Very interesting. Oh, and I've just realised, I just completely forgot that's the, as Christian Welsh, I know, I don't know how to read lips well, but I do know what he said then. He said, fuck me. I just need to end the actual, the poll. Let me just do that now. What the fuck am I doing? I can do it within Streamlabs. I'm an actual idiot. So the Titans now have the ball. Is that a set restart again for the Titans or not? Or was it just a threaten? Okay, there we go. End of the poll. 8 people voted. Thank you all very much for voting. 87% going for the Storm to win. But at the moment, it's not looking that way. I think from 12%, I believe it was 7 versus 1. As now the Titans now going down, attempted near the sideline. As now the Titans now enter the Storm half, 45 metres over the try line from the 4th tackle. This will be the 5th tackle, number 17. That is Beau Fermor. Hello, Matthew Parker. What is Matthew Barker? Sorry, not Parker. And it's a big bomb there from the Titans. It's battered back. And it's a charge, and the Titans are going to score again. Jaden Campbell has scored. What is going on? The Titans are now 8 points ahead. With a kick to come, the kick will be right in front. What is going on? This has probably been, like, so far probably the worst playing the Storm have been in ages. I know there's like a few players that have been rested from the Storm, but still battered back, and that's a try. Hey, but if you can meet one serial killer or mass murderer, who would it be? I've always been interested in the Jack the Ripper cases. So, but then again, it's going to be because then you're going to know who it is. But even if there's like a way where you don't know his identity, I think that'd be a pretty, like, to get into like the psychology of his crimes. Oh, would it? Yeah. So that would be, if I had to choose, that would be mine. So I've been battered through. Who battered it back? I think it was number 4. That was Patrick Herbert. Doesn't count. They never knew him. Oh, okay. So that would take the Zodiac Killer out. So that wouldn't count. Ivan Milat. I think I think Ivan Milat's probably like a very good one from Australia. And there's a conversion there by Jamal Fogarty. And 12.5 minutes gone. The Storm just down 10-0. Mine would be Timothy McVeigh. Timothy McVeigh. That name sounds familiar. Oh, that's Oklahoma City bombing. Right. Okay, yeah, I have heard of Mr. McVeigh. Oh, it's passing the sideline here from the Titans from the kickoff. The Titans are just attacking at the moment. And they get to the 35 for the first tackle. This is starting to get a bit scary at the moment. Like I said, Bud killed 168 people, although he wasn't the sole conspirator. Yeah, wasn't the what was he? Michael Moore did a documentary, and it was like covering about the was it Bowling for Columbine, where they actually had a passage when it was talking about someone who was related to McVeigh. They're probably not directly related, but either someone who know him or actually someone who was related. So third tackle now for the Titans. That looks like an incorrect play of the ball. So something goes the Storm way here from that bad play of the ball. So the Melbourne Storm now, I'm trying to calm things down as it's been a very, very bad 14 minutes of this match so far. This is interesting. Very interesting to say nonetheless. Yeah, no, it was Terry Nichols' the other guy who went to prison for the OKC bombing. Ah, okay. So now, so this will be the third tackle now for the Storm. It's Christian Welsh now 45 metres away from the try line. They're going to go down the short side now. I believe that's the number 30. Oh, they got the pass off to number 4 of Marion Seve. And now 35 metres away from the try line. Fourth tackle. They've got numbers down the side here. But Pappenhausen trying to... No, it wasn't. It's Nico Hines trying to break through. And now 25 minutes away for the try line. Last tackle now for the Storm. And Pappenhausen's broken through a gap here. But he will get wrapped up. He's still playing. I don't think he notices it's the last tackle. But he gets a pass off. And Harry Grant will get held up. And the Titans will get the ball back. That could have very easily ended up as a 10-4 or even 10-6 there for the Titans. But the Titans hold on. And we'll get the ball. And that's our big Tino now. And Tino will get brought down on the 10 for the first tackle. And now that's number 3. There's Brian Kelly. As Harry Grant trying to get a strip there. As Fogarty now will get brought down on the 20 for the third tackle. Now I think a lot of the tackles now from the Storm have been trying to get like around near the top chest area, basically trying to get a strip or anything. So last tackle, this will be for the Gold Coast Titans. We get to the 45 of halfway, and there's a bomb there from Ash Taylor. And it does bounce and stay in. It will fall to Pappenhausen. Oh, and Pappenhausen gets taken absolutely bulleted from behind. From Tina Fasua Malawi from behind. That's a little bit of a stinger. Second tackle now for the Storm. Now they get to the 40. As Tarek plays with a prediction of 22-18 in favour of the Gold Coast Titans. That would be a very interesting... That'd be a very good score for a close game. As the Storm now, they get onto halfway. The Storm get brought down. So last tackle, 45 metres away from the try line. Munster with the kick. And it's taken there by Greg Marzu, the player who got the first try of the match. And he'll get brought down on the 20 for the first tackle. Halftime Storm 12-10. So the Storm do get a comeback. As that's the number 5. That's Corey Thompson getting brought down on the 25. Almost a breakthrough run there from the number 4 of Patrick Herbert. Gets to the 35 now. Still continuing with the third tackle. And almost a breakthrough there from Fogarty, but he gets wrapped up by Munster. Now 45 metres over the try line. Fourth tackle for the Titans. The Titans are getting just good meters. That's been a very big factor, I'd say, so far. So last tackle, 40 metres away. There's the kick from Fogarty. There's a bit of pressure on there. And Adokar rises and get brought down on the 15 for the first tackle. The Storm play is looking very tight at the moment. There's a... I don't know what's happening. It was a long camera shot there. Storm are just making meters at the moment. They're just making like charge at the moment. And there's an early kick there by Munster. Back past the 30 to go for a 30-20. Oh, and Jaden Campbell just keeping it in because that would have actually gone for a 40-20. And Campbell will get brought down on the 25 for the first tackle for the Titans. Now Marzu. And Mars will get brought down on the 30 for the second tackle. Hang on, Marzu's grabbing his face. Is it his nose? No, but on the review, it's going to be a penalty to the Titans. That was a high shot there by Josh Adokar. No, slap around the face. Newcastle 34-0. Is that for the assuming that's for the when the Knights do play the Titans next week, because for some reason I put that in as the poll at the beginning, even though I'm a very big idiot for doing that. It's now 40 minutes over the try line now. That was from the first tackle. And now the Titans have got numbers here. That's Brian Kelly. And Kelly will get brought down 25 metres away from the try line for the second tackle. Now Fermor. Now 20 minutes away from the try line. Third tackle. Now Tino. Tino now 10 metres away from the try line. Fourth tackle. Oh, and it's a knock on. So it's a double knock on, and the Storm will get the ball on their 10. That's attempted quick play of the ball, pick up and run there by Marzu, who didn't have the grip of it, unfortunately. Roosters 40, Dragons 12. That's a yeah, I feel like it's probably definitely a very likely outcome. Roosters have been going really good so far. And they're like they charged down for the finals. I mean, they did have a bit of a a controversial call to get them over the line against the Broncos. So now this will be the first tackle now for the Storm. It'll be on their 15 from the scrum feed. And now that's Kenny Bromwich getting to the 20 for the second tackle. Now they go down the short side. Now it's a step there by Munster. Munster trying to get an offload off, but Munster will get brought down on the 30 for the third tackle. Now I believe that's the other Bromwich. That is Jesse, who will get to the 40 for the fourth tackle. And it's another early kick there. Potential for a 40-20, but it doesn't have the pace there, as Corey Thompson will pick it up. And will get brought down inside the 15 for the first tackle. Raiders 30, Manly 18. Yeah, I wouldn't be surprised if Manly do rest a fair amount of their starters. Of course, Tom Tupovic isn't playing, so... And Canberra did beat them in the other fixture, so it wouldn't shock me if the Canberra actually could get the job done there. So third tackle now. The Titans get to the 35, still inside their own half, as that's Patrick Herbert, who will get brought down just shy of halfway for the fourth tackle. And now the number 10 now. And there's the last tackle kick there from the Titans. And it's been taken by Pappenhausen on the 10. Manly don't have time. That is very true. Now, Adokar now trying to break through, but he'll get brought down just shy of the 30 for the second tackle. And Walsh now getting an offload pass, and the pass has got a bit hayward. It's been picked up by Kenny Bromwich. And now fourth tackle, the Gold Coast Titans. Still on... No, the Storm actually. Get onto their 40. And now it's passing here. It's Pappenhausen. Gets a pass out of Carr. Addo Carr's breaking away here. And he gets a pass off to the number 4 of Marion Sevi. And the Storm are back. Parody, if some would say, has been reserved as Marion Sevi gets a try as he is replacing Justin Olam. And it's now 10-4 with a kick to come. So look at it from Marion Sevi. He's played 19 games so far and he's gotten 4 tries. That's his 5th try of his NRL career, so well done to him. So fair play to him. Pass from Pappenhausen. He gets the pass onto the inside for Addo Carr, breaks through a gap, and then has the support of Marion Sevi to score a try under the black dot, and with a conversion will make it 10 points to 6. Merely don't have Tom and Raiders have Nickel Clock's dad. Fuck. That's a scary individual he is. So, there it is. The Storm now getting rid of their last bit of bad play in the last 25 minutes now. And now a conversion here right from in front is Pappenhausen. This to make it a 4-point game going into the last 15 minutes. And the conversion is successful. Storm are now going into the final 15 minutes. I go for Newcastle. Who you go for? I go for Newcastle as well, actually. So, pause time now. We have 15 minutes and 8 seconds remaining in this first half, and the Storm have gotten a try. Will this be the opening of the floodgates, or will still be close? We don't know. As that is Christian Welsh, who will get brought down onto the 20 for the first tackle. And it seems to be very humid at the Gold Coast as this match is taking place at. And now that is Felice Kafusi gets brought down on the 30 for the third tackle. Now they're going to try to kick it off down to the centre. Oh, that's a big swinging arm there from Tino. I'm surprised it hasn't gotten pulled up. As Hines now will get brought down on halfway for the 5th tackle. And now Munster going for a kick. And they'll be picked up there by Jaden Campbell. Storm trying to. That's the big thing I have been seeing is all of this, predominantly most of the Storm's tackles are all putting their hands up very high near the hands of the ball, basically trying to force either a strip or a knock on. That's been like majority of all their tackles. It's third tackle now for the Titans as they get to the 30. Munster got a little bit of a high one there. Won't be given because he's protected. And now Wallace gets to halfway for the last tackle. And they'll go down the short side and it's going to be Fogarty with the kick. And it will be central and it'll be picked up by Pappenhausen inside the 10 and he will run. And he'll get brought down on the 20 for the first tackle. They're going to go try down the sideline here. And there's no one. Gabbins are free here. Remus Smith. He's run past everybody laterally. He's got plenty of numbers of support. As that's George Jennings. But he'll get brought down 5 metres away from the try line for the second tackle. as all the Titans desperately trying to rush back. Pappenhausen. And Pappenhausen will get brought down for the third tackle, 10 metres out from the try line. And that's a try to the Storm. The Storm have levelled it up. Who is it? Who scored it? I think it's Harry Grant or Christian Welsh. It's Harry Grant. And there it is, just like that. The Titans' lead has now gone to 0. As Remus Smith has just run up to the sideline and no one was there. He got the pass off to George James, but does get wrapped up by a Titans player. And then just from the play there, the dummy from Harry Grant, and he powers over. And that is going to be the second try for the Storm. And then a conversion here will actually put them ahead. So, Tarek Place, your halftime prediction might be right if it stays like this. Yes. Alright.
Yeah, I'm getting sore.
No. Just seems like my mouth tastes like blood for some reason. Mm.
See you tomorrow, I'll get my second shot tomorrow.
Righto. Oh shit. Pen has dropped to now Ryan Pappenhausen. This will make it 2 for 2 for the night. And this to make it the Melbourne Storm being ahead for the first time in this match, if you could believe it or not. And there's the conversion. The Storm have taken the lead. Now 12 points to 10 with just under 11 minutes now remaining in this game. This game's first half. I just understand that run from Remus Smith. He just runs laterally and just goes around and just outruns everybody. Just very bit of weird playing here. You just got to hope that the Titans defense actually do step up here to help out, because that's going to be their big factor. And there's the kickoff now there by the Titans to restart the game. And it's going to be an interchange now for the Titans as Tyrone Peachy's come on for Sam McIntyre. As this will be the third tackle now for the Storm. Get to the 30. As this is actually Tino's first actual match against the Titans. No, against the Storm actually, which are actually their former club. As Kafusi will get brought down right on halfway now for the last tackle. And Munster now with the kick. It's a massive kick. It'll be too hard for Marzu to handle as he will bat it backwards. As Marzu will get brought down 5 metres away, 5 metres inside the 5. As there's another interchange now for the Storm as Eisenhower's come on for Chris Lewis. And now this will be the third tackle for the Titans. They'll get to the 25. And there's the last tackle there from the Titans. It's a kick from behind the 40. And they've just levered it down the field. It's been picked up by Pappenhausen inside the 10. Do you watch on Fox League? I watch on KO. Yeah, so yeah. Yeah, Big Shaq, the one and only man's not hot. It's the lyrics to of Man's Not Hot. Storm is having their groove on. That's 100% William. It's they have They've definitely now switched back on. As the Storm now, that's Munster getting a pass down to Kenny Bromwich. And Bromwich now gets brought down 35 metres away from the try line for the 4th tackle. And now the Storm now just got the numbers. So they're going down to the side. Oh, it couldn't be handled there by George Jennings, who knocks it out. And the ball will be a scrum feed for the Titans. Going on to the 25. So, yeah. It's not looking too great. Still close, though. Very, very much, mind you will. Still the Titans haven't conceded that much. This will be the second tackle now for the Titans. They will get to the 45, still inside of their own half. And now they're going to try to go down the line now as it's a number 12. That is David Fafita. I think they just heard a 6 more call, or not. Now to go down the side now. It's a big charge there. I think that's Jolliffe. 40 metres over the try line now. 4th tackle for the Titans. They're going to go down the left side now. Thermal almost broke out. That looked like a bit of a high shot there from Hines, but it looks okay. Last tackle, 15 metres out. The Titans now with a bomb. Jaden Campbell, that's a try! What a try by Jaden Campbell. It's all about if he regains it. But it looks like they have given it. What a play there by the Titans. And the Titans have taken back the lead. I wish you didn't get the jab, brother. You know, I don't, well, fuck me, but it's, you know, just whatever. Shit happens. shit happens, basically. So, big toe poke there, and Jaden Campbell on the top of Munster takes it and gains possession and grounds it. 14-12 with the kick to come. It's right near the post, so it's going to be 16-12. A brilliant try. And I thought the Titans were going to be all out there, so we've got a fucking game on our hands, I gotta say. Jaden Campbell with his first ever career double. And now a conversion here from Jamal Fogarty as we now enter the last 5.5 minutes of this first half. This to make it a 4-point lead for the Gold Coast Titans. And the conversion's gone straight through. 16-12 with 5.5 to go. Oh, that's okay, yeah. I just realised who Jaden Campbell is. He's the son of Preston. Holy shit, I only just realised. So, wow, I actually didn't realise that. So, good on him. Is Brimo injured? AJ Brims. I don't know actually. I will have to check. I'll check for you just before right on halftime actually. So Tina Malawi now gets brought down on the 25 for the second tackle. As we will enter we enter the final 5 minutes. As now onto the 35 now the Titans for the third tackle. And now the Titans will get to the 45 now for the fourth. Oh, big, great red tackle there by Christian Walsh. Do you like the name Storm? Yeah, I think it's a good name. And it's a set restart now for the Titans. It's a very costly one for Melbourne as it's a second tackle, 4 metres away for the try line. They're going to go down the left side now. They get passes, they're still going. as Corey Thompson gets brought down 20 metres away from the try line for the third tackle. And now number 16, Jamin Jolliffe. Now 20 metres away from the try line for the fourth tackle, but more central. No, the logo was boring. I definitely like the old logo better. Now last tackle, 5 metres away from the try line to the Titans. And Fogarty goes for a grubber. Doesn't roll up, but it will be picked up by a Titans player. Be picked up by Remus Smith. On their 5 for the first tackle. Oh, now George Jennings now. Oh, there was a Titans player came in absolutely flying. And it looks like a little bit of a collision there for Jennings. Got clipped in the face and maybe a little bit in the knee there by the number 5 of Corey Thompson. Yeah, he's clapped him across the face. It was a slip over, so they'll probably give it a penalty because regardless of what the context is, it's still a slap over the face. But George Jennings is clutching his left knee, which has been previously taped. So I think it's two things, actually. It's him going down, getting clapped across the face a little bit, but then landing on his knee. I thought number 5 is Addo Carr. Yeah, he is Addo Carr. It's George Jennings for the number 2 who's... So it looks like George Jennings may be coming off the field here. This will be a third tackle now for the Storm on their 20. Now to the 25 for the fourth. As that is Pappenhausen. No, it's Munster actually. Gets to the 35 for the last tackle. It's kicked back to Nico Hines, and there's a kick. And it'll be picked up there by the Titans on the 20. And the Titans will get brought down on the 35 for the first tackle. And the Titans now almost breaking through there, but that's the number 2 of Marzu. What's good? Everything's good, John. Hope everything's going good with you. So Jolliffe now breaks through into the Storm half an hour. 45 metres over the try line. 4th tackle to the Titans. And it's a set restart. That's the second time the Storm have given away a set restart in a high tackle count. And now it's a first tackle 30 metres away from the try line. And now Tyrone Peachey now 20 metres away from the try line for the second tackle. Now Fogarty to pass to Jolliffe. Bit of a flat one, but Jolliffe will get brought down inside the 10 for the third tackle. Down the short side, Fafita. Now Fafita will get held up 10 metres away from the try line, 4th tackle. And it's a run straight from dummy half from Furball. Down the short side to grab a kick from Peachey. It's going to flick up. Pappenhausen's picked it up. He's trying to run for safety. Oh, that's a high shot by Furmore. That was a fucking... So it's a penalty to the Storm, but a fucking absolute high shot there. AJ Benson went under surgery for a fractured jaw on Tuesday. Must have been at training. Righto. I'll take my first PCP of the day. Hell yeah. Is Fermo on report? I don't think Fermo... Surely Fermo's on report for that. Is he? As there's 40 seconds remaining now in the half. So the Storm will have the last set. We'll go down the short side here. What country are in England? No, Australia. As Sevi shoves Greg Harsey off. Tries to get a pass off to Addo Carr, but the ball will go out. And the Titans will get the ball back. And now there's 18 seconds remaining. Do you think the Titans are going to let run out and just get one playoff? Oh, but the time has stopped now. So 10 seconds remaining. They'll probably get 2 tackles here, the Storm. No, the Titans, sorry. And now the Titans 35 metres away from the try line. This will be the last play if the siren does sound. Taylor's going for a field goal. And it's going to be short and it'll be going out to the dead ball line. And that will be the end of the first half. And the Titans will finish off the first half on top at the moment. 16 points to 12 over the Melbourne Storm. So this will be very interesting to see what will happen in the second half. So I'm going to go for the halftime break, but we will be back for... Oh, actually, hang on. Oh, yeah, we found out what happened with AJ Brimson. So I'm going to go for a halftime break. We'll be back in about 15-20 minutes for the second half. So I don't know what yous would do, but go do it. Yeah. It's now the Storm actually take the field. We're just waiting now for the Titans to come back. What I actually will do, I'll just be back just to get a drink.
Melbourne Storm, if they don't win, if they don't create history and level up with the 1975 Roosters side of 19 wins, well, that leaves the minor premiership up for grabs. And you look at that ladder, how big's tomorrow night on Fox League? First of all, Canberra Raiders in the race.
Right, there we are. Have the Titans come back on the field yet? Yes, they have. The Titans will be kicking off. The Titans will be running screen right. What? Their kickoff, and we are underway for the second half. As of course, this game has been very, very interesting. As this will be the first tackle for the Storm. Christian Walsh will get brought down on the 15 for the first tackle. Now the Storm playing quickly. They want to get off this mark very, very fast to take back the lead. Fucking hell, this should be a set restart to Melbourne. As Nico Hines will get brought down just shy of halfway for the fourth tackle. Now Chris Lewis will get 40 metres away from the try line. The last tackle now for the Storm. And it's booted by Munster. And taken by Campbell, who's already gotten 2 tries tonight. We get brought down on the 20 for the first tackle. Marzu now. And Marzu will get brought down on the 25 for the third tackle. Now to the 35 for the fourth tackle, the Titans. Fafita now. Just shy of halfway now, last tackle for the Titans. Fogarty with a massive bomb. And it'll be taken by the Storm on the 35 for the first tackle. And now this will be the second tackle now. That's Chris Lewis again. We get to the 40, still inside of the Storm half. Now Kafusi. Now 45 metres away from the try line for the third tackle. Now, fourth tackle now, the Storm. They're 40 metres away from the try line. So, George Jennings has apparently redone his PCL injury, so that's who he's not going to come back. And this will be the last tackle now for the Storm, as they are now 30 metres away. They're going to pass to Nico Hines. And Hines will get wrapped up on the 25, and that will be the last tackle. Also, though, Fermo, ever since Proctor had to come off for the HIA, he's actually done really well. Getting these metres for the Storm. As now not for the Storm, the Titans. As second tackle for the Titans to get to the 35. Now Marzu gets to the 45 for the third tackle as they enter the Storm's half. Fogarty with the steps. Gets to 35 metres away from the try line now for the fourth tackle. That was forward. Yeah, that was a forward pass there from Peachy. And the Storm will get the ball back. I believe it's on their 40. Is it forward? It's either flat or it has gone forward.
They were the errors. That was a very good set from the Gold Coast Titans.
So now as we've gone past 4 minutes of the second half, and the Storm will have a scrum on their 30.
They still had another play left in that set.
Now they're going to go down the short side now, where you got Addo Carr waiting. He's fended off too. Addo Carr still going, and Addo Carr will get brought down just inside of the Titans half for the first tackle. So big 20-metre gain on the first. Oh, big hit there by Tino for Malawi on the number 4 of Marion Sevi. Now Eisenhoof now 35 metres away for the try line for the third tackle. Now Munster to Hines. Gets a flat pass to Felice Kafusi. And he'll get brought down 25 metres away for the try line. Fourth tackle for the Storm. As Munster forces it out now for Kenny Bromwich. And gets an offload off to Sevi. And now 5 metres away from the try line. Last tackle for the Storm. They'll go down the short side again. And Munster will go himself. And he's scored. And Cameron Munster will get a try and he'll now be tied. As he shoves Marzu out of the way, saying, "Get the fuck out of my way." So he's an angry little man. But just like that, it will be a try. And the Titans have now lost their lead. It's now level. And a conversion from the sideline will make it 18-16 to the Storm. And now they're going to replay this about 15 times. Holy shit, he's a fucking drop kick. He shoves like Marzu out of the way and then he tenses up for the camera like, holy shit. Fucking hell. So now conversion here from the sideline for Pappenhausen. This to make it 18-16 to the Melbourne Storm. It's another one. It's going to be close. And the kick, is it going to curl in time? It takes the post and goes in. A very close one, but it does go through. And the Titans now have lost their lead. It's the Storm leading 18-16. About 7 minutes gone in this second half. Fucking hell, the bass boost on that shit. And there's a kick off there by the Titans to restart the game. As Tino's actually come off the field and be replaced by the number 15 of Sam Lasoni. So far, 3 tries each team. It's just the Storm have converted all of their points. Converted all their tries and the Titans have missed on 1. As Harry Grant now gets to the 40 for the third tackle. Now Felice Kafusi. Now 45 metres away from the try line. There's a grubber kick there for Addo Carr, but it's been batted away by the Storm. It was Jaden Campbell who bats it away. Had to force it out. It's going to be a scrum feed for the Storm 10 metres out. It's a big play there from the Storm. Going to keep asking hard-hitting questions. Which player in the history of rugby league would you most like to punch in the face? mean, Munster's a bit of a toss pot. I don't know. The thing is, though, it's like once I punch them, who would kill me? Like, if Aurea Hargreaves would probably murder me. Musgrave, Munster probably just punch me again. I don't know. Oh, the current player's probably maybe Munster, but there's Storm now 10 metres away from the try line now. As Nico Hines didn't get a pass off there, and now 5 metres away from the try line, third tackle for the Storm. As Munster, Eisenhuth trying to power over, but they'll hold on to the ball, and he's about 3 metres away from the try line. Fourth tackle for the Storm. As Munster gets the ball and he gets held on there. And they're going to pass off to Pappenhausen. Pappenhausen still running. And to get brought down 10 metres away from the try line. Last tackle for the Storm. And they'll go down the short side to Chris Lewis, but he'll get dragged out as Brian Kelly's getting some pushing and shoving. As there's a 5-on-1 at the moment between 5 Storm players and Chris Lewis. That's stupid from the Titans. Well, Muzz certainly a grub, but how about Dylan Walker? Dylan Walker, who is that? That name doesn't ring a bell actually. Dylan Walker from Manly. I haven't seen that much actually from Dylan Walker, so I can't tell if he's a punchable person. So second tackle now. It would have been nice to see if Chris Lewis did a point to the scoreboard kind of thing. But I think it has to be like a blowout for that kind of thing to have a big effect. So on the 35 now for the Titans on their third tackle. This will be their fourth, and they'll get to the 45, still inside of their own half. Now Thurman now 35 metres away from the try line. Last tackle for the Titans. And they'll kick it back, and it's gone to Ash Taylor. And it's a high bomb. And Pappenhausen will take it. It'll get brought down inside the 10. What? How was that a high shot? What? It's a penalty to the Storm for a high shot. Where was the high shot? Where? There was no high shot. There was no arm around his neck anyway. Oh, he sees this as a swinging arm, and the referee's coming in from the side. That is a very weird call. I think it's like because from the camera angle, so assuming where the player was, he would have been the referee would have been behind Peachy, and he sees like a swinging arm coming in. Oh, but there's been a knock on there by Christian Welsh and the Storm, so the Titans will get the ball back immediately. Welsh hasn't had the greatest of games so far. Oh, yeah, he's bobbled that. As for Feeder comes up and laughs and pats him on the back. So the Titans are now getting in the face of the Storm at the moment. This is interesting. So 35 minutes away for the try line. The Storm will get a full set of 6. Herbert. And now 15 metres away from the try line. The Titans. Now that's number 15. That is Lasoni. And he'll get held up 15 metres away for the second tackle. We'll go down the short side now. Campbell. The son of Preston. I didn't actually realise until they set it for the second tackle. Second try he scored. Peachy. Pass has gone backwards. There's a flat pass now to the number 5 of Thompson. He's taken about 13 steps and he's gone lateral and it'll be brought back to the 20 by Tom Eisenhuth. And now 15 metres away from the try line. Last tackle for the Titans. Oh, it's a big hit late. Over the top. Oh, and it's no try. Addo Carr brings the ball out. But it's going to be a goal line dropout. But it was going to be a knock on, so it would be a 20-minute restart. The scumbag who broke Jaden Brayley's jaw with the dog shot 4 years ago and actually caught him a pussy while the Sharks hooker was holding his jaw intact right after. Also the dumb fuck bashes misses. Oh yeah, fuck him. Yeah, I mean, Munster's always like, oh, he's just a little bit of a grub on the field, but like, beating your misses, yeah, that's fuck you. So Peachy got hit late. So who was it? So Peachy gets a pass off. It was Christian Welsh. I think that's completely fine because he only just let go of the ball, so he was going for a tackle. So it's not like it was like 3 seconds later then he hits him. Walsh just needs to be a little bit careful. So first tackle now for the Storm, and it'll get up to the 15. There's another interchange now for the Storm as Penne has come off for the number 16 of Moriora. No, Moriora's come on for the number 20 of Penne. Oh, it's a breakthrough here for the Storm. Harry Grant is through. He tries to go for support and he gets brought down. He tried to get a pass off, but he noticed there was a Titans player there waiting to get the ball. And a pass down to the side. Number 4 of Seve, now 20 metres away from the try line. This will be fourth tackle. Now Munster gives it off to number 15 of Eisenhuth. Now 10 metres away, last tackle for Melbourne. Now to Munster. Gets it off to Niga Hines. Pass in the middle for Pappenhausen. And Pappenhausen will get wrapped up inside the 10. It's hard to think there's only been 15 minutes of this second half. Curtis Scott smashed his face in a few years ago if you want to enjoy that footage. I'll look into that. I think it was actually the right decision he didn't pass to Munster because there was a Titans player right behind him. But then again, if he got a pass off and the Titans player tackled too early, it could be a penalty. But it'd be a lot of pressure there. I think he did the right thing. Big shout out from the New Zealand brother. Shout out to New Zealand. Shout out to Justin. So run meters tonight so far. 128 meters, the top being from Greg Mars here. And so it's a kick there from the Titans. And the Storm pick it up on halfway. Now Pappenhausen gets wrapped up on the 45 inside of the Titans half. Now Seve, now 35 metres away for the try line for the second tackle. And now 20 metres away for the try line. Now it's big metres there from Jesse Bromwich. Now it's Munster. Off to number 16 of Tipe Mayora. The Titans players, I think, are appealing for a forward pass. Fourth tackle. Munster to Hines. Now Pappenhausen. Pappenhausen will get held up on the 10. Last tackle now for the Storm. It's a grubber kick. It was grubber kicked there by Harry Grant. It's immediately picked up by the Titans. I believe it's Jaden Campbell. Kenny Bromwich, we're probably one of the best players I've seen. The Titans player's gone to play the ball. He's taken his foot off. Foot down to roll it back, and he's just dived on it, and it's completely legal. But then again, how are you gonna But then again, I have a feeling something like that might happen later on this season, and that will not be called. That'll be called a penalty. But anyways, the Storm now, third tackle they're already on. Munster gets a pass high to Pappenhausen and Addo Carr. Addo-Carr scores. As the Melbourne Storm fans that are definitely not from Melbourne, who are from Queensland and probably riding off the coattails of their success. But we won't talk about that as the Storm get over. As Addo-Carr, who's been a bit quiet in recent games, not that many tries, but now he does get one. And now this will put the Storm 6 points ahead, 8 if they can convert this try from the sideline. And again, I think Pappenhausen just got hammered again. Who was the player? I think Pappenhausen actually gets hammered after this tackle. Yeah, Marzu drops him. As Addo-Carr now 22 tries in the season. He's still 2 behind Adam. Was it? Who is it? Oh, it's a bloody South player. His name just popped up and I've just forgot it. I can't remember his name, unfortunately. The South player, who's currently top try scorer. Alex Johnson, that's it. Is he injured or like where has he been? All the games I've seen so far, he hasn't of the last couple. He hasn't been there. So now Pappenhausen, another conversion from the sideline. This to make it an 8-point lead, to make it 24 points to 16. As we enter the final 20 minutes of the first of this game of the first. And he was expecting the win to take that, but it just goes dead straight, and he's missed it. So it'll be 22 points to 16. The score does remain in the final 20 minutes. So there is a possibility, of course, of just talking about how Tom Turbo is allegedly have been... I've got to say, though, with in terms of people now, I think Ryan Pappenhausen's haircut has ruined a whole generation of young boys. Because everyone's now got the fucking... It's become a big thing now. So first tackle now from the Storm, and this will be the second as I brought down onto the 20s. That's Eisenhuth. And now that's number 12, I believe that's Kenny Bromwich. Hines now. And Hines will get brought down on the just shy of halfway for the fourth tackle. Now Munster, 40 metres away for the try line now, last tackle. And kick up into the air. This Jaden Campbell will get brought down inside the 5 for the first tackle. Harry Grant's been everywhere. He's had a really good game from him. Now that's the number 17. That is Beau Fermor now on the 20 for the third tackle. Sensing now the momentum is definitely in the favour of Melbourne at the moment. The commentator said you want to hope that if you're a Titans fan, that the Titans do score next, because if the Storm does score, then it goes up to 10 and potentially 12 for the conversion. As there's the kick from Fogarty. It'll be picked up by Addo-Carr on the 20, and Addo-Carr will get brought down on the 35 for the first tackle. So second half possession, 62% in favour of the Melbourne Storm. It's definitely been a big reflection of this second half. Now that is Tapai Mora Now 35 metres away from the try line. Fourth tackle as Bellamy stormed off for some reason. There's Hines. Now Munster to Pappenhausen to Addo-Carr. Addo-Carr's going. Gets a pass to Nico Hines. And the Storm have scored again. Nico Hines has scored, and now it's 26 points to 16 with a kick to come. Last time these two teams versed, Storm 2014. Yeah, I had a feeling it was close. The thing is, so the Storm now well on their way to tying the biggest record for the most consecutive wins, to getting to 19 as that, and then a win against if they win this game. I mean, there's a lot of potential that they will if they continue with this momentum, but a win against the Parramatta Eels next week will set them to get to 20 wins and and break the record. That run pass to Pappenhausen and then cut on the inside to whatever his name is to Addo-Carr. To Addo-Carr, then the cut it is. It's just such a lethal play. It's like, and that play there has led to 2 tries. Roosters have 19 straight wins a couple of years ago. Yeah, but this win here will tie it. It will actually get to 19 because the Storm are currently on 18 in a row. And so we're now into the final 17 minutes. It's now a 12-point lead. You got to feel if the Storm score one more try, it's all over. And the Titans, though valiant, will have to be valiant in defeat. Wonder how much money would have been. You gotta. Fuck. I want to think about it. So now, if the live ladder, if it stays like this, the Titans will stay at 8th on 20 points, and the Storm will be 4 points ahead of Penrith, and depending on what the results will because Penrith play South, so if they win this and then they win the game against Parramatta or their last game, they will secure another minor premiership going south of the border. And down the line here, and the Storm are just toying with them at the moment. It's just the Titans, I feel like it's going to start getting into it. It's a set restart now as Nico Hines and Ash Taylor not going into it. And they've started the time. And of course, anytime there's like a little bit of like just people just closely talk to each other, all of a sudden Munster's got to like fucking leg it and get involved in it. Oh, hang on. Ash Taylor, when he was getting up, looks like he tries to knee Nico Hines in the head. Oh, this might be interesting. And Ash Taylor is on report. I understand if it was like a roughing up thing, but going up, he gets all in his face, and then all of a sudden when he's getting back up, he tries to drop. No, he's not even like a knee trying to get up. He actually like tries to lean into it. Sup, Rowan? So now 30 metres away from the try line now, the Storm have a full set of 6. And a false start. So you definitely got to feel one more try here for the Storm will be all she wrote. And now Munster gets it off to Tipai Mora. Now 5 metres away from the try line. A try here should seal it. At the number 20, it's Penne. Again, 5 metres away from the try line. Third tackle. Pappenhausen goes for a grubber. And it's taken by Marzu. He does keep himself in the field of play. Just barely. And now you just see the strength from the Storm here at the moment. It's hard to think it's still only 15 minutes. Is there a delay on YouTube streams? Yeah, I think I've actually upgraded the latency. There's probably like maybe a little bit like 15 seconds, and the Storm just drag Ash Taylor out. So 35 metres away for the trial line, the Storm will get the ball. Yeah, I've actually upped the latency. It used to be on ultra low, which is basically like as live as it possibly be, but I've uploaded it to low to get the quality to bump up a little bit. So there would be a little bit of delay. Even if the time even goes to like with 8 minutes remaining and the score stays like this, the Titans basically need to score a try within the next 6 minutes and then hold the Storm to not scoring. If not, then that's it. And it's a set restart again now for the Storm as Jesse Bromwich now gets brought down 20 metres. Oh, he doesn't get brought down 20 metres away. He's still going. Harry Grant. We now get brought down 15 metres away for the first tackle. You got a multi on. No, I do not. As number 16, that's Tapai Mora. Now 10 metres away from the try line. Who we got on the wing stakes on Saturday? No idea. And Pappenhausen gets... Oh! It was roughed up by Taylor. Looked like almost dropping an elbow there on Pappenhausen. That's number 13. That's Chris Lewis. As Chris Lewis gets brought down 5 metres away for the try line. Fourth tackle. They're trying to get a try to Moa Roya and Pappenhausen. That's what they're definitely trying to do at the moment. Looking COVID-free, mate. It hasn't hit me yet. Now, last tackle now for the Storm. Hines out, Addo-Carr. Addo-Carr's gone for a kick and it's gone 20 metres backwards. Still playing Nico Hines now with a kick over the top. And there's pressure on now Patrick Herbert. And he will get brought into touch. It'll be a goal line dropout. So bloody hell. Almost would have been a miracle play there as Addo-Carr tries to kick it across the field. But it goes about 20 metres backwards. But again, the quality of the Storm is they're able to get another kick in and then force a goal line dropout. And it's attempted. And there's a play there as the Titans have gone for a short goal line dropout, and it has been picked up by the Titans as they get on the 20 for the first tackle. That's Fafita. Fafita hasn't had that good of a game. I haven't even really noticed him. What's the Hines bloke name? Nico Hines. Now Fermor gets the third tackle now. That's number 3. That's Brian Kelly. Gets a pass off to Thompson. Now the Titans are still going now. Peachy. And Peachy will get brought down just shy of halfway for the fourth tackle. Now 45 metres away for the try line. Last tackle now for the Titans. And they're going to kick it back to Fogarty. And pokes it up in the air. Oh, there's an attempt there from Patrick Herbert. But it's going to be a knock-on. It'll be a knock-on, and they're going to play it. There was a pressure there between Herbert and Pappenhausen, but if he was able to hold on to that. Expecting, I want to see Rabbitohs v Storm Grand Final. Honestly, I think that's probably the most likely result, actually, that it's going to be. As Penne will get the first hit up for this set. He'll get brought down on the 15 for the first tackle. Now it's Christian Welsh. Hasn't had that great of a game, but still has turned his shaky first half into a solid second half. Now third tackle for the Storm. They get to the 30. And Munster's broken through a gap here. He's in the running. He sees Addo-Carr on the side. That's going to be game, set, and match. Addo-Carr gets a double. You got to be lucky for Munster there. Gets to see the pass and then looks to the left as opposition of support, and you see the one of the fastest players in the game, and that is going to be record win number 19. That ties the record. If I could just bring this up here. As you see here, this is as of like the last game. They're on 18. This will get updated to 19, meaning they will tie the 1975 Roosters with their 19 matches of consecutive wins. So all they need is a win against Parramatta. And not only will they close out, they will actually claim the minor premiership, but they can break this record of nearly 46 years. Tons have played well, to be fair, but it's just you can't keep the Storm down, basically. And now we're getting the obligatory commentary sucking off the best team in the comp. They did it like earlier in the season with Penrith. And now they're doing it with the Storm, but rightly so. And now a conversion here from Munster. This will make it an 18-point lead. 4 from 5 from tonight. And basically, it's over. You can't. I don't even really see. I see the Titans maybe scoring one try, but definitely not 3 converting, and then that's going to still force a tie if this kick does go through. And the kick will go through. 34 points to 16 with 8 minutes 40 remaining in this match. Sam McIntyre is actually on report now as the kick. It's attempted short kickoff and the Storm have picked it up. And to think, there's a few players for the Storm that are actually out. Then again, the Titans also have a few as well, but you know. So now the Storm basically now just wanting to put a few more nails in the coffin, I'd say, of the Titans. Oh, that pass. Did that go forward? No, but it has gone forward as we're now coming into the final 8 minutes of the game. Oh, I don't know if there's going to be too many tries, so they keep stopping pausing. I think that's paralleled forward, but then from the Pappenhausen pass, but that Chris Lewis pass definitely did get it forward. That was Jack Gibson's team, yeah, that'd be right. And now it's number 10 is Jig Tino now on the 45 for the second tackle. So it says here winning streaks now. They'll be tied for 19. They've overtaken records from the 1908-09 Rabbitohs. 12-13 Roosters, the 2002 Bulldogs, the 2020 Panthers. And they have a chance, if they're in their next game against Parramatta, to make the record be their own with 20 straight wins. So there's 6.5 minutes left as as Storm have actually gotten the ball now from a bit of a dodgy pass from the Titans. Oh, come on. Just dumping Christian Welsh. That seems like a little bit of a mistake, but fucking hell. And now Kafusi. Now it's a third tackle now for the Storm as they're now 35 metres away from the try line for the third tackle. As Pappenhausen get brought down to 30 as his... Now they're going to kick it off to the side now as Penne runs straight into Tyrone Peachey. Now last tackle for the Storm. Munster. They're going to keep passing off. Nico Hines now trying to get a pass off to Remus Smith. Goes for a grubber. And they've tried to... And I believe it was Jaden Campbell forced it out. And it will be a 20-minute restart. There'll be a goal line dropout. I thought Campbell's guarding actually kept it no Titans touch, but oh yeah, it comes off a Titans player. Now they're going to try to dictate to see whether or not Brian Kelly actually played at it. So the challenge is unsuccessful, so it will still be a goal line dropout to the Titans. I mean, you might as well use it. You got 5 minutes there. And the Titans are going to go for another short kick. They've tried to bat it backwards, and the Titans have got it. It's Jaden Campbell. It'll get brought down to the 25. It'll be a 0 tackle. And now Tyrone Peachey will get brought down on the 35 for the first tackle as we enter the final 5 minutes of the game. And pass over the top here. And now it's a run. Oh, the Titans still going. Brilliant run there by the number 2 of Greg Marzu. They're now 15 minutes away now. Jaden Campbell. Just shy of the try line now for the third tackle. Now Tino. Tino now 5 metres away for the try line. Fourth tackle. Now to Fogarty. To Taylor. They got place here. Peachey. And Peachey, I believe, has grounded it. And it's going to be a try to the Titans for Tyrone Peachey. It's 20 points to 34 with a kick to come, but I'm fairly certain the game is still over. They need to be, like, the Titans will need to score, like, immediately. But even anyways, it was going to be a set restart for the Titans. As Cooper Johns is actually on the field, you know. Good for Cooper Johns, you know. So that's his 5th try of the season for Tyrone Peachey. Now, so time ticking down now is Jamal Fogarty. This to make it 3 from 4. It's from the sideline. Oh, one curl in time enough, and it smacks the post, so if there was any more chance, it was not going to happen. As we now enter as the time has stopped with 3 minutes 20 remaining. Like, for fuck's sake, just keep the time going. I don't understand it. Why they stopped the time? It's not like the Titans can come back. They'll need to score 2 tries, then convert them, but they'll still be down by 2. Big charge there by the number 15 of Sam Lasoni. So they just said there that if the Raiders do lose against Manly tomorrow, there'll be a hell of a lot more teams now with increased chances of making the finals. But a win for the Knights would almost really, unless they don't like massively cock up, because they'll go 4 points ahead of the Titans and Canberra, depending on what happens with Canberra. As last tackle now for the Titans. They're going down the side. It's Brian Kelly, and he'll get wrapped up on the 30. Titans have never been a premiership threat since Matt Rogers retired. I hate to acknowledge it as he's turned his back on my Sharks, but it's a fact. Yeah, it's just I mean, the current call's not that bad. It's just need to get on more of the level of the other teams. I mean, like, it's a hard one to figure out. As this is the 4th tackle now for the Stormers. That's Penne, who's now 40 metres away from the try line as we're now 100 seconds remaining. And there's a claim for a knock-on on Penne, but the Storm will challenge it as there's like 1 minute 30 remaining. Brilliant analysis there from the bunker. Just says, "Oh, Penne's lost it. Challenge unsuccessful." That's all he said. That's the kind of fucking analysis we need. Just straight to the point. No technical bullshit. Just that. So 1 minute 30 remaining. The Titans will get the ball. So probably the Titans will get one more set and the Storm will get one more set. So now the Titans now. They've got numbers on the side if they can get a charge. It's Jaden Camp. Jaden Campbell's a good player. Gotta say though. As we now enter the final 90 seconds of the match. Now they don't go down the side now. It's the number 6 of Ash Taylor. Gets it off to Peachy. Peachy's still going with the ball. Peachy's run through, almost breaking through there. And it's going to be a penalty to Melbourne for an obstruction. They're impeding the run. I forget what the obstructing. It's just an obstruction. So now the Storm will have the ball for the final minute. Basically just chew out the clock, basically. Take a little bit too long to get up for the ball. But there's 40 seconds remaining. The time's running down. Pap will take the kick. And he's kicked it. So the ball will now be placed on the 45, just shy of halfway. And now 25 seconds remaining. They're just going to let the time run out. A few tackles. The Melbourne Storm have equalled the most consecutive wins in an Australian rugby league history. This is in the entirety ever since 1908. They've tied the Jack Gisborne team. Oh, good call as always, Zach. I'm about to hit the hay. Have a look of the usual. And there it is. The siren has sounded. The Storm have won And now with one more win against Parramatta, next week they will break the record and set it to 20 straight wins. So there we go. The game ended. Took a while to end, but the game finally did end as 34 points to 20. So that's it for me. I might be doing the 2 games tomorrow for the NRL. It depends on how well I feel with the whole COVID thing. If it does fuck me up like it says it's meant to, but yeah, that's going to be the end of the game. Yeah, so thank you all very much for coming out, and I'll see you all later.